I showed this clip to Jim Jordan. And I don't know if I'm sure you know who Jim Jordan is.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a clip of President Bush and those guys getting an envelope. Okay, and
oh yeah,
so I played it for Jim Jordan, and he is sitting there. He's like, I don't know what's going on. What do you think is in? It's the best clip to watch because he is oblivious when he doesn't know what's taking place here. And again, most people don't. But I wonder, if you watch this, what do you think is really going on here? Everybody's being handed an envelope. Everyone reacts in a different way. Hillary Clinton acts like a pro. Obama acts like a pro. Jeb Bush and Barbara do not. Jeb Bush acts like an amateur here. Rob, if you want to go ahead and play the clip, go for it.
Like that bass.
What's going on here?
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. And it's only some of the people apparently got these envelopes.
Right.
And you're seeing a lockdown reaction. None of them are showing any curiosity or interest in it. And it's an immediate bodily lockdown afterwards. You've noticed that?
Except for Jeb.
Jeb had some fear. So that was Jeb's breathing shifted in from his abdomen, which is comfort, to his chest, which is a high stress.
For context, this is at their father's funeral, right? This is at Rob. Is this George Bush Sr.'s funeral that this is being handed out to? And even mother shows it to Jeb, and then Jeb reacts, and George Bush, look at his lips, the mouth movement, but he's still holding it together.
Yeah. Did George Bush get one too?
I don't know if he did.
So typically when you see this lip compression, which I think we saw it in Hillary, lip compression is almost always indicative of withholding. So withholding an opinion, withholding information. So you ask somebody like, oh, how do you like your new job? And they go, oh, it's great. So you see this withholding. Something else needs to come out. I'm going to
start asking people about that. How do you like your job? If you make that face, look, maybe you got to go find a different job. It's a good one.
We should take a camera and interview all your guys.
There's about 32% of your guys are not happy. They want to go get another job. We got to let them go, guys. Go find a different place. But so if that's the case, lip reading, okay, the lip, the one you're talking about, does that mean George Bush didn't like his job of being a president, or does it mean George Bush is not happy being there right now?
Maybe there's information being withheld. So withheld opinions about something, just like this. But when you see it with the chin, when the chin comes up a lot into the motion, that's usually grief. And the cool study that was done here after 9/11 in New York, New Yorkers who would normally not communicate in any way shared this facial expression, and this well documented. It's fascinating to me. And they would look at each other and go, so they renamed this downward frown with the chin movement. This muscle right here is called our chin boss, and is as what's called a shared grief expression. So we may be seeing some grief there because his was downturned. And I think we see some pretty tight lips on Hillary while she's looking at. What is it? Is it supposedly some kind of threat from the Skull and Bones Society or secret?
Is that what you read about?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I don't know. And the only thing with Hillary is, if you look at the way Hillary, Rob, if you want to turn off the audio, just put the way Hillary picks it up. I don't know why she lifts it. If you lift it, the people behind you can't see it. So if you press play with Hillary, so that part is fine. But with the envelope, Either she has a tough time, like she needs glasses, or she needs to get a surgery done with her eyes. But look at that. So the 4 people behind you can all see what you're looking at. And then if you look at it, it's got to be 1 word or 2 words.
Yeah.
So it's not like a sentence.
It's got to be short.
Dear Hillary, you're amazing. We will be having dinner later on tonight at Capitol Grill in the corner room.
Yeah.
Would you like steak, lobster, or chicken? It's not that.
Yeah, it can't be a lot of words at all. Or it's boring. And then maybe everybody got an envelope and this is some cherry-picked thing. And
so this could be...
I've done no investigation.
This could even be nothing based on the body language. The only person that to me is, I'd love to see Jeb Bush play poker. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
It'd be great. It'd be entertaining.
But let's always think of context. When we're looking at human behavior, we always want to think of clusters and context. I want to look for multiple signs. And in the context, we're seeing, I think his dad's coffin is going by. So we are seeing a high stress. We're seeing him breathe into his chest. So some of this may be, on the Bush side, some stress about the funeral.
I think on the Bush, I agree. Like, I think that to me can be seen because he's not looking at the envelope. So, but if you look at mom and son, youngest son, they have the same reaction. Mouth open as shocked.
Which mom? Laura?
Yeah. I'm sorry, wife. And wife and President Bush, the son's wife, and Jeb, their reaction is shock with the mouth being open.
Yeah. Hers is like, I don't know what to do about this. There's an immediate postural shift back, like showing that to Jeb there and then turning back to George.
You know, it's another thing that's very interesting is that when you are in limelight, everyone is judging you. Everybody's got their eyes on you.
Yeah.
It's constant. And this is at the highest level. You had a job that only 5 people have had the job. I don't know what the number is because Trump's 45 and 47. It's 46 people have had the job, let's just say. So all eyes on you. Good, bad, ugly. You can't hide anywhere.
And you learn to lock it down.
How do you learn that?
I think the first thing, there's 2 ways. Number 1 is I don't think you get to that position without being able to lock your shit down.
Early on.
Yeah.
That's right.
You don't make it.
Right.
Number 2, they give them prescription drugs that are non-psychoactive to lock their behavior down and make their behavior more smooth and slow. A great example would be something like metoprolol, which is a beta blocker, so like a 100 milligram extended release metoprolol. They also call it the stage fright drug or the public speaking drug, but it's just a heart and blood pressure medication. Propranolol is great. Beta blockers is what you give CEOs and stuff when they have a big speech to go make. This is what you give to the Steve Jobs when he's got to release the new iPhone on stage and that kind of thing.
What is it called?
Propranolol or metoprolol. They're all different classes of beta blockers, they regulate heart rate and blood pressure. So they're non-psychoactive. So not only you don't need them for the rest of your life, they help you to memorize those behaviors without being dependent on the drug like a Xanax that does have to be present for you to be calm.
So you could take this a few times and then the effects could be permanent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever taken it?
Yeah.
How did it work for you?
I've given it to my clients. Well, I've had the clients get it from a doctor, but they are fantastic. So it lowers your natural fear response rate. So your heart's not beating fast, so your brain is calming down a little bit more. And the second drug that they give them on top of this is something called methocarbamol, which is a non-drowsy muscle relaxer. And it just kind of relaxes the overall physiology of the body. So after a month or 2, these people, their bodies are learning these new behavioral pathways.
Rob is already ordering 48 tablets.
Awesome.
Rob already placed an order.
They're good. A funny thing is, if you study pharmacology, the interesting thing about the methocarbamol is that we don't know how it works yet. We know that it works, but we don't really know how, but we know it's not a psychoactive drug. So your brain's not dependent on that to learn how to be comfortable. So when I have a lot of clients that are high stress, they have high social anxiety, I will have them talk to their psychiatrist or their doctor and get that propranolol or metoprolol and the methylcarbamol, which is the muscle relaxer, non-drowsy. It's good stuff. Robaxin is the
Let me tell
brand name.
You probably indirectly just sold so much of this you don't even know. There's probably numbers of orders being made right now.
I should have gotten an affiliate link.
I should have gotten an affiliate link. No, because people that, wish they had for somebody that's in I'll never forget when Joe and I were doing a podcast and we talk about how you handle negative comments. And then Joe says, yeah, but you can't compare to us because we already have so much of it that it's like at this point you're going through it. A comedian who has spoken God knows how many times on stage, if you don't learn about this, you ain't going to make it in comedy for 10 plus years. If you don't learn how to control your emotions, how to handle the stress that comes with it. Public speaking, same thing as well. Interviews, all that stuff, but even in sales. But if the average person doesn't know it, you're saying this could help them lower the temperature and anxiety?
Without being psychoactive to where you're going to need it for the rest of your life.
So it's not like this is what's the Prozac or Zoloft. This isn't that.
Nope.
Interesting.
And it helps with that stage fright and stuff.
Nowadays, more than ever, the brand you wear reflects and represents who you are. So for us, if you wear a Future Looks Bright hat or a Valuetainment gear, you're telling the world, I'm optimistic. I'm excited about what's going to be happening, but you're a free thinker. You question things. You like debate. And by the way, last year, 120,000 people got a piece of Future Looks Bright gear with Valuetainment. We have so many new things. The cufflinks are here. New Future Looks Bright. This is my favorite, the green one. Just yesterday, somebody placed an order for 100 of these. If you watch the PBD podcast, you got a bunch to choose from. White ones, black ones. If you smoke cigars and you come to our cigar lounge, we have this high quality lighter cutter and a holder for the cigars. We got sweaters with the Valuetainment logo on it. We got mugs. We got a bunch of different things. But if you believe the future looks bright, if you follow our content and what we represent with Valuetainment, with PBD Podcast, go to vtmerch.com. And by the way, if you order right now, there's going to be a special VT gift inside just for you. So again, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, tell the world that you believe the future looks bright. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.